loves to say son of a bitch, the same as you who hates most Nintendo shit. I'm the one who calls games what they are. I even own a 360 and hate Gears of War. Guy who spends his money on games, fucking cards. Just a funny guy who became a YouTube star.
The story of Call of Juarez Bound in Blood is about three brothers who basically they're in the Old West and they're searching for a medallion that leads them to this treasure. I think it's Treasure Barns? Gold Barns? It's a simple story, but it gives you that old Western feel, that vibe, whatever you want to call it, that you would expect you would see in a Clint Eastwood or Western film. And, I mean, the voice acting's well done. Okay, so the three brothers are named Ray, Thomas, and William, I believe. And William's basically their priest. He's the youngest brother, and Ray is the oldest one. He's, you know, the more asshole type. And Thomas is probably my favorite character. He's more of a laid-back sort of lover boy, not fighter kind of guy. I mean, throughout the story, they have this bond you don't see in other games, which I find that's really interesting. And it's just it's a cool thing, I guess I could say, to see this sort of emotion that you get from other games. You know, in other games such as Metal Gear and so on and so forth.
I mostly agree. I think the atmosphere is very well done. I really enjoyed the story due to its voice acting. I think is great. It really brings that Western feel, especially Ray and Thomas's little conversations. So overall, I was really happy with the story, and it really tied up with the first one, which was a sequel, but this is a prequel to the first one. So in the end, the first one comes last, and this one comes before, but it worked out and tied really nice. The only thing I really had to say that I didn't like is I thought there were like 2 or 3 cliche moments for Western-type movies. Graphics is most of the stage give you the real feeling of the West, and overall I thought some of the effects, such as going through houses and everything, looked really good. I'd say the only thing I had a problem with the graphics are the models of the characters. Thomas and Ray looked pretty, you know, well done, and some of the villains did too, but most of the people you're fighting, it's about 4 or 5 models, they all look the same, and you basically just keep killing the same guy over and over again.
Well, I do have to agree most with Whitey here. I definitely think the graphics were, you know, they were your standard next-gen, you know, they're nothing special and everything. The models, they did look a little bit cliche, I will agree with that. I thought they could have done a better job on them, especially since they are, in fact, the main characters. Overall, I thought the design of the characters were really well done, too. I definitely thought that Ray kind of reminded me of a guy from Blackwatch, Dark Watch, whatever you call it. Yeah. And I really thought just the vibe that you get from the characters and their models and just the way that they look gives you that really old Western feel, and you know how William looks and how he reacts to them. You know, it just gives you that sense of old Western cowboy feel.
I think I have to explain how this game works. It's a shooting game. You shoot people. It's not really hard. It's very easy to understand. So I'm just going to say what I did like and what I didn't like about the game. First of all, I thought playing as 2 characters was really nice, and they actually feel very different from each other. One is more of a long-range shooting type and can do more platforming. The other is more of a fat type, so he can't jump off stuff, but he also can carry 2 weapons, like 2 pistols and everything. And overall, I like playing as 2 different characters, and it makes you, you know, replay the game with 2 different characters. Actually, shooting guns was a nice feeling, unlike other games I played recently, like Shell Shock and everything, where the guns just feel like plastic. Here, when you shot someone, it actually felt like you shot someone. I thought the drawers were also a lot of fun. Basically, you go around in a circle, and I'm showing footage for it right now, and you have to line the shot up where the guy is. So if he's in the middle of your vision, that's where you're going to shoot. So that was pretty fun and actually fun to do. And I thought the side missions were also a nice addition, and they feel like their own like little stories, so that was kind of cool.
Yes, and there are side missions in the game. There's only like 6 of them, though, I believe. I definitely think they should have included a lot more, like at least maybe 10 or 15. I think it would have improved more and helped you get money more. Oh, and there is a upgrade system in this game. Oh, of course, like it's like a weapon shop. and you go and you buy weapons. You know, that it's basically just like more of a leveling system than, you know, more of adding new ones.
Really, the only things I didn't like is some of the aiming on the weapons are a little off, especially the bigger weapons like the turrets and stuff. When I'm shooting, it's like totally misses, and you'll see what I mean when you play, but the aiming could have been a little more work in the bigger weapons.
I definitely think that the aiming could have been improved, especially, you know, since that is the base of the game. You know, it's a fucking shooter.
And it really is a pain in the ass when you go too far from your brother and then you lose a mission. I really didn't see the point of that, and that really needs to be taken out from every fucking game that was ever created. But overall, I had a lot of fun in the gameplay, and there's definitely more positives than negatives.
Overall, I had a real fun time with the gameplay, and I enjoyed it probably just as much as Whitey did, and I just had a real fun time shooting up a whole bunch of redneck motherfuckers. Now we reach the conclusion of our dual review between me and Whitey. Whitey and I, sorry. Overall, the enjoyment for Call of Juarez, for me personally, was pretty damn high. I had a lot of fun playing a Western shooter since, you know, most shooters these days are World War II or modern. And it's just a type of franchise you don't really see on the market these days. The game is pretty long. I beat the story with Thomas, which is one of the brothers. It took me 5.5 hours. It is kind of short in a way, actually.
Well, it took me a little longer to beat the game. I would say 7-8 hours about. Then again, I did probably die a lot more than my friend here, and that is simply because I am not too good at older type of shooters, kind of like Call of Duty or with this, because the guns feel a little different.
But there is another replay for beating the game with the other brother. You can switch out between them with each mission, but if you want an achievement, then you have to play with one all the way through.
But overall, I would have to say I had a great time with it. I plan on playing it again with the character Ray, who's the other brother, and hopefully it'll feel different because they do play pretty different because they use different types of weapons.
And there are multiple difficulties such as hard, and then there's also super hard mode, which is, you know, gonna take you a lot longer. Hitting up online, I tried a couple matches, and it's actually pretty fun. It's a lot better than I expected. I believe it's 16 players. I don't know how many classes there are. I think there might be 10. And you can upgrade each one by getting kills, and then there's actually like a bounty on your head, so if there's a guy that's worth 300, you kill him, you get $300 to spend on upgrading your classes. So I think that's a really cool aspect to the online, and there was no lag at all. It was, you know, crystal clear connection.
I didn't try online too much, so I'm not going to say anything there. But if you're looking for achievements, you basically can get most of them offline, but if you want to get all of them, you'll have to play online. It got a bit repetitive at times for me. I feel that fighting the same enemies over and over again just didn't really do that thing for me, but the dueling did break it up a bit. So in the next game, I hope that there would maybe be a duel at every end of the chapter, and by the way, there's 15 chapters if you're wondering, so it'll take you quite a while. So overall, I had a good time playing, and hopefully we'll see more Western games come out.